Yo, Big Cash back up in here. It looked like Wack 100 was getting pressed by the real Freeway Ricky Ross, man. They had a FaceTime discussion about whether if he snitched or not, and we got the answer reporting on the story. We about to react to it, man. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Cash. The link for purchase will be in the description, along with the Discord and along with the merch if you're interested. And I appreciate all of y'all for your support. Appreciate the Get It Gang. Thank you to all the members and the subscribers. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
No, they got some paperwork on it.
They ain't got no paperwork. That's make believe. That's cartoon. You shouldn't participate in that kind of. I look at you higher than that.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy the Answer Man. Well, here it is. Freeway Rick, Wack 100 go at it, back and forth. In front of his legacy.
To find against like Wack 100.
In discussion, man. Let's get to it.
Others like Wack 100 argue that testifying against corrupt law enforcement is different and can be seen as a necessary action to address injustice. If you Google, I didn't defend this so much. I'm picking up in Google when you Google Rick Ross snitch. I said I was taking up for you like I always do, but to have some paperwork said you told on the connect in Ohio. You got a case in Ohio? He like, yeah, I called the case. I said, what? I don't know who brought that up. I got to go back and find it. But I was still fighting him. I said, bro, in the same paperwork, it had how you got the time off for telling on the police, right? For turning the police in. I said something like, oh, this led to all of this. Got to be what's real. I said, never knew you had an Ohio case. We tie your ass to L.A. Don't be FaceTiming me, calling me in the blind. Ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna be who I am. Boy, y'all better be careful.
All right, now, Rick, I had Wack 100 here recently, and me and him were arguing because he claimed that you had some level of cooperation, which I tried to argue with, but, he seemed to have certain things in mind that I wasn't familiar with.
So for those that don't know, Freeway Ricky Ross was a kingpin. This is who Rick Ross, the rapper, get his name from. And also the rapper from Philadelphia, Freeway, this is who we get his name from. But what it looks like is that, Wack 100 be on Vlad. Also Freeway Ricky Ross, the real one, he be on Vlad as well. And y'all know I'm going with this? Adam 22, how he always got in two to go against each other. Same deal. Check it out.
I actually saw this interview, right?
Yeah, I saw that, man. It was a joke, really. I mean, when you hear people who have never been in a courtroom, when you hear them talk, they don't understand the law at all. And in my opinion, Wack is one of those people who don't understand the law. What he calls cooperation, people who are going to court fighting cases, we call it discrediting police officers. So, and what I mean by that is, first of all, anybody who go to jail is really committing a crime. The first thing they say is, I didn't do it. Even if they did do it, they're gonna say the police is lying.
So he said if you snitching on the police, Wack 100 will call that cooperation. Freeway Ricky Ross said, no, you can snitch on the police all you want to. You could do that to police. But if you're doing it with somebody else, that's snitching.
He planted wasn't my I didn't have a so all of those are forms of discrediting police officers. So when a police officer gets on the witness stand and they lie, and then you get on the witness stand and you tell them what really happened, that's not cooperation. That's called discrediting police officers.
All right, well, let's go ahead and FaceTime Wack. Let's actually get his take on it in person.
It sounds like he about to instigate it, but they about to have a back and forth, heated debate, heated argument, y'all. Check it out.
Freeway Ricky right here, and he wants to address what you said in our last interview.
What up, Wack?
What's up?
What?
Me in a whole lot of BS.
No, I didn't get you in nothing. You brought that up. You should have already known when you bring my name up.
I always defend it. You gotta remember, I know that what you did with the dirty police, we never gave a about that. That's it. So what?
Okay,
right?
so he didn't.
But I didn't know nothing about all the plugs and connects in Ohio and some dude in Miami and something they had.
You shouldn't. If you don't know, you shouldn't mention it. We should only speak on stuff we know about.
Okay, so somebody say, and you know day one, Freeway Rick is snitch. Hey, listen, bro. All he did was gave up the dirty police who crossed him. That ain't telling. As far as I'm concerned, I always took that stance.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Okay, so he do take that stance that if you telling on the police, that ain't telling. Okay, we good.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about he gave up the connect.
The connect told on me. What the f they talking about? They don't read. You got people, you listening to people who don't read and don't know nothing about the law.
Okay.
My connection set me up.
Okay, so I can remember what they was reading. They was reading something, and my man had it, right? And it was something about something in Ohio. You had something going on in Ohio?
I got arrested in Ohio.
Something about Ohio. That other dude name who I done heard you mention, that was working with the government, Clinton, whatever that dude name is.
Blandone.
Yeah, Blandone allegedly plugged you with somebody in New York, and you gave them up. I don't know. Listen, they reading it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me tell you something. There's no way possible that there's anybody on the planet that I could have told on that wouldn't have came forward as public as I am right now that wouldn't come forward and say, hey, Rick told on me. Where he at?
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get what they got, and I'm going to send it to you because they got it. That's why I couldn't.
They ain't got nothing. They got dreams and lies.
Also says what I've always stood on, which he cleared up.
Dreams and lies.
And yes, I did stand up in courtroom and tell that Blandone was a lying.
Well, my thing was your time deduction, whatever it was, came from the crooked cop, which I don't give a fuck about that. So what?
That was in my first case.
Yeah, they showed that. I'm like, nah, you see it right there. That
150 people got out of jail from that, including John Boy, Big Puddin', the list go on and on of the people. Jesse from Main Street, Droopy, all them got time reductions when those cops got indicted.
I've always said I support him with that. But
now Rick Ross, he one of them OGs, man. Hey, he's one of them big dogs right there. He's one of them big dogs. I don't know, Wack. You might got something on your hands, man.
There's the other in there, these I never knew nothing about. You know.
But you still don't know nothing about it.
No. They got some paperwork on it.
They ain't got no paperwork. That's make believe. That's cartoon. You shouldn't participate in that kind of. I look at you higher than that.
No, but listen. For one, if I'm gonna participate in defending you, like I always been, they put something in front of me, I can't ignore it.
If somebody put something in front of you, it would be public knowledge. It wouldn't have to be something that you have to go and dig up. You should be able to go to Ohio. You can go to Ohio right now and pull up the news article, and what it's gonna tell you is a $10 million man came to town to face trial. That's what it's gonna say.
I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't never dug your up. I've always took it for face value. I'm gonna keep it real.
Well, you got a phone, Ninja. You look up everything else and let us know all the paperwork and reading all the stuff. You do it now. Do it now. I think Wack is trapped, y'all. I think he's trapped.
Everything I repeat is what I heard you say.
And all you gotta do is pull it up in the newspaper. When I went to court, it was in the newspaper.
Well, nah, the newspaper, because the newspaper could be manipulated.
But where they gonna get the paperwork from?
Well, all paperwork is public record, you know that. Unless it's sealed.
Where they gonna get it from, though?
Well, I'm gonna hit dude, because 600 them. I'm gonna hit dude and get it.
600 ain't got it. 600 call me all the time. What is you talking about?
Boy.
600 ain't got no. Hold on, let me call 600 right now. Where my phone at?
Because he was there with me when they brought it. Call him. Yeah, he was there with me when they brought it.
All right, real quick. Here's a snip of when it was brought to their attention with 600, Loose Cannon, and Wack, you'll hear 600 come to Rick Ross' defense and say he didn't even know he was working with him. So this is what Rick was talking about, saying 600 contacts me all the time. We always talk. Let's get to that.
He was working with him.
Huh?
He didn't know he was working with him at that
Yes,
time.
he did. Even
Yeah, he told on the. No.
he told
I
on
don't
the
know.
president.
Listen, Randone was some government shit. The police he told on, I believe that's like some Rampart division, like some
Yeah,
local
that's some the CIA dudes.
So I told you after I had that conversation, one of the homies was like, "Ain't no justified snitching." He get out and walk right past it, right? I talked to Big U. He said, "Nah, man,
Yeah.
Freeway." I talked to another homie, and he like,
You know why
Nah.
Big U said that now?
"Okay, so yeah." So look, so I talked to another homie with a little more level-headed. He was like, "Nah, man, he's straight. Them police plant stuff on us, plant boss lie on us, and all type of stuff. F them, whoop.
Yeah, I don't trip the police person.
But he
And
messed
that's what-
up our
Tell the
community.
police,
That's
and that police
that's what I'm
is
saying.
leading to like another operation. I'm gonna say you did bad, but in the paperwork we had read, he had gave statements on
His
the
blood.
Black Dog dude.
So you can see that I give you a better idea of what they talking about with that conversation from back in December. So let's get back to that Vlad interview.
All right, here we go.
You didn't get that because he was more on their side than my side.
Listen, if it was somebody I told on, they done came public, they done went on Vlad and say, no, I'm just telling you, use lie.
Me personally, I don't think Freeway Ricky Ross got no reason to lie. You know what I'm saying? But he gotta check it. He gotta check it. There's a lot of things that be floating about stuff that about people's names, and it's not true all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like Wack stuck his foot in his mouth this time, y'all.
Logic sense though. If it was somebody that I had told on, he'd already came public and said that Rick told on me. Just like the dude did with Meech.
It's the Ohio dude and New York dude.
When I went to Ohio, I went to court by myself.
And
Wack ain't ready.
I guess that other dude was down in Florida at the time. That whatever that weird that black.
And I've never been indicted or nothing in New York.
Yeah, Wack ain't ready on this one, y'all. Wack ain't ready. Now, Freeway Rick Ross, he know them courts. He know the lingo. Wack know it too, but Wack ain't ready for this one right here.
Nah, it wasn't you was indicted in New York. He had set you up with a plug in New York. And you get 600 on the line. He ain't answering you?
No, he ain't answer. He might answer you. You hit him and see if he answer you.
Hold on. I might can do this, but we all on here. Hold on. Yeah, let's do it because he was in the room. Share. Hold on. Share.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be sparing gossip though, homie.
That ain't gossip. They ready.
No,
This ain't like Wack did not have his shit together, man. This
no, that's gossip. What you saying is straight.
I'm trying to tell you. They ready.
What you
He
saying
getting
though is
checked.
straight gossip, homie.
They ready.
You know they don't even do that in the hood.
Nah, he got him.
They ready, bro.
He got him.
Like, what the fuck you want?
They should have handed you the paperwork. You should have got the paperwork. They should have handed you the paperwork in your hand.
Hold on, let's get 600 on it. I'm sitting there defending, and they shoot me. Only thing I can stand on is his time deduction came from it said that at the end of it, at the bottom of it. His time deduction came from the cops.
It wouldn't even have nothing to do with it. That happened in L.A.
Yeah,
The crooked cops was in L.A.
they had all your.
How they get all my?
The same way they get anybody else. I just never went looking for your bro. I never went looking for you. I just took what you said at face value.
I ain't never said nothing. I ain't never told nobody that I didn't snitch. I don't have to prove myself to nobody.
Well, I never considered you what you did to the police snitching. Personally.
Nobody in the pen didn't either.
Yeah, I've never.
You know, I walked around Lompoc with everybody.
Listen,
From Ray, and I got passes that most people didn't get when I was in the pen. You know, I could go to
always stood on.
I could go to the Mexican Mafia table and sell cigarettes and candy and soda. Everybody.
Damn. He got, look, everybody respected him up in there. Do you understand the type of work he was dealing with back in the day, boy? He had that shit. Real.
If we're this, why he ain't answering the phone?
He must know what we want. Or think I want to collect some of my money he owed me.
Oh my God! He ain't thinking I got you on the phone. He is not answering. That's weird.
Yeah, but you shouldn't repeat that stuff.
Hey, listen, I don't give about me, you, and him. If they got some paperwork, I'm gonna read it, bro.
You can read it, but you don't. Listen. You don't even know where the paperwork come from. I'm asking you right now, where the paperwork come from? You don't even know.
Wack getting mad that he pressing him. See, I don't give. Wack getting mad. Bruh, just take the criticism, bruh. You shouldn't be spreading nothing that you have no clue about, bruh. I thought Wack getting pressed.
You don't know if it was a government paperwork. You don't know if it was rolled by one of those tabloid magazines. You don't know where it come from. Could have been some clown typed up. And you repeating it.
So now what I gotta do now is really put my people on and just go get it all. I'll go get it all. Ain't a problem. I just ain't never looked into you. I never had a reason to.
Yeah, you just go do your homework. Yeah, well, you know, I don't really entertain fruitless conversations.
Well, if it's about your name and saying they got some paperwork, that ain't fruitless.
I ain't worried about my name. I made this name. It used to be, hey, they used to be the junkie Freeway boys. That's what Jay Clayton, you remember Jay Clayton? You heard of Jay Clayton?
But listen, this is the thing, right?
But Wack, you heard of Jay Clayton?
When you say you made that name, and I had a conversation about this. All you who think the glory and fame, and you one of them, each one of them, your name came from what it came from. Y'all act like that is something to be proud about, bro. Oh my God.
I'm proud about everything. Everything I've been through. Hey, I love my.
Oh, now if Wack trying to turn into a little angel now. Bruh. Oh, man. Wack looking bad in this debate, y'all.
Self. Hey, I love myself. I'm ecstatic with me.
But I'm saying, but all that.
And that's why I treat.
Listen, all you dope dealer like I'm famous for selling. Y'all really shouldn't be famous because y'all f***ed up the community. Let's be real. You got your money. You made some money. But if we talking about it at the age we are now, looking back, I'm not, bro. The name I had from game banging and doing something to it behind the color, I don't want none of that fame. But right. What you should be really beating your chest about is your accomplishment when you got out, how you could have did and you didn't.
Hold on. This ain't the same Wack. This ain't the same Wack that be on Adam 22 on Paru. This can't be the same Wack. This can't be. You shouldn't be talking about what you done did in the hood and all that stuff. You need to be proud about your new life and all. Is this the same Wack? Hold on.
And did something different. But I'm totally against, because when we doing that, we glorifying it and we telling the kids. That's like me telling the kids go gangbang, put some work in. I'll be dead wrong.
Yeah, but I respect my past. I did what I did.
You respect your past?
Absolutely. And I'm not embarrassed. And I'm not embarrassed about what I did.
No, I'm not saying be embarrassed about it, but you proud of it?
What you mean? That's a question that really can't be answered. When you say, "Am I proud of it?"
I'm not proud.
I'm happy with myself. I love who I am today.
Okay.
And so, in order to love who I am today, I have to love everything that I've been through, because everything that I've been through made me who I am today. Had I not went through what I went through, I couldn't be the person that I am today.
All right.
He wise now. It was a teacher. It was a learning experience. His life, you know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate the life that you went through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us done been through bad stuff, but that bad stuff that we've been through, if you change your life, you know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate it because it was a lesson. You could still be the same way you was, you know what I'm saying? 20 years ago, 30 years, however, you could still be that person, but you got to get a glory to God and thank him for bring you out of that and purging that negativity out of your spirit. I completely 100% agree with him. I understand what he's saying. Wack came incorrect, man. Let's call it what it was. Wack came incorrect. He didn't look good in this one, y'all. He didn't look good in this one at all. Usually Wack could talk about that lawyer talk, especially when he on his chat thing he be having, the clubhouse thing. He be talking his lawyer talk and, you know, talking all that courtroom talk, and he be dancing around people. Not on this one, man. Not on this one. He got him. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.